In this lesson, we're going through the song Come Jesus Come by Stephen McWhirter. So this song, pretty easy. It's just got 4 chords. So let me walk you through the chords we need for this song. It's in the key of G. So you can just do no capo. And these are the chords we need. We need the G chord. We need the C chord. We need the D chord, and we need the E minor chord. So in this lesson, I'm going to walk you through the strum pattern for this song. I want to show you a couple of different ways you can strum it, and then I want to show you a way that you can finger pick it. That sounds really nice. Maybe you do that for the first verse and the first chorus for this song. And then at the end, I want to show you some different chord voicings you can use, like this big C chord here, this kind of more open G, and then this D chord here. Just if you wanted to give the song a little bit of a different feel, I'm going to show you how to do that at the end of the lesson. All right, so for this lesson, I'm going to play with capo on the 5th fret. So I'm going to play the same chords, but I'm going to put the capo on the 5th fret. It'll just make it a little bit easier for me to sing and walk you through parts of the song. But just remember, if you want to play along with him, he's playing it up here with no capo, just using these same chords. So if you wanted to practice and like play along with his recording on YouTube or Spotify or whatever you stream music on, it'll be up here, no capo. But just as always, you know, with your voice and with your singing and your range, experiment with the capo. Figure out which, maybe you do capo on the 2nd fret, maybe you do capo on the 3rd fret, maybe you sing it down here with no capo at all. So just remember, you can use this capo and these same chords to experiment with you know, what sounds good for your vocals and your range. All right, so the chords and the lyrics that you're going to see up on the screen for each part of this song, I've got those on my Patreon page. So if you need to download them into a PDF, if you need to print them off and write some arrows and strum patterns and other notes on it, you can definitely do that. It's on my Patreon page, which the link for that is in the description of this video. So just know that that's a resource for you, and that's what I'll be using for this lesson. So let me show you this first verse, just the strum pattern that we can use. It's nice and easy. So it's going to sound something like this. Down, up, 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 down. So really, it's just, the song is in 6/8 timing, so it's kind of got that flowiness to it. So that would sound like this on a G chord. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So singing through verse 1, it would sound like this. Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray. Come, Jesus, come. Let today be the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna break, but I'm holding on to a hope that won't fade. Come, Jesus, come. So that goes into the chorus. So let me just play through that verse 1 again with no singing, just the strumming, so you can kind of get locked in on that strum pattern. So sometimes I and pray. Come, Jesus. Let today be the day. Sometimes I feel the break. I'm holding on to a hope that won't fade. Come, Jesus, come. So just, you'll see a note there, it says C, G optional. You know, you can do that if you want to. It just kind of gives it a little bit of, you're just kind of adding a C chord. So it would sound like this. Let today be the day. Sometimes I feel. So if you wanted to do that, you definitely could do it, but you can just play that regular G chord for that part. So that would just sound like this. Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray, come Jesus, come. Let today be the day. Sometimes so just an FYI, you can do it that way, you can do it, I'm going to show you some different chord voicings you can use at the end of this lesson, so you could do it like this. Let today be the day. Kind of giving it that little, so we'll get there in a minute. But that shows you the verse 1 strumming you can do. Getting to chorus 1, sticking with that same strum pattern. Come, Jesus, come. We've been waiting so long for the day you'll return to heal every hurt and right every wrong. We need you right now. Come and turn this around. Deep down I know this world isn't home. Come Jesus, come. Come Jesus, come. So that's that same strum pattern from verse 1. We're just kind of keeping it nice and flowy. We're not doing anything crazy. So coming out of that first chorus into verse 2, come Jesus, come. Verse 2, there'll be no war. And then just for that chorus 1, you see again it says C, G optional. You're just doing that same thing I just went over. You can do, we've been waiting so long, or we've been waiting so long for the day you'll return. So that's just a super optional if you wanted to do it. If not, just play that regular G chord. So I want to make one change to now this verse 2 strumming, because we're picking the song up a little bit. So we're, instead of going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, we're going to add in one more down on the beginning. So it's going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. So verse 2, there'll be no war. There'll be no change when Jesus comes. Let today be the day. He'll come for the weak and the strong just the same. And all will believe in the power of His name. chorus 2. Come, Jesus, come. We've been waiting so long for the day you'll return to heal every hurt and right every wrong. We need you right now. Come and turn this around. Deep down I know this world isn't home. Come Jesus, come. Come Jesus, come. One day he'll come. Verse 3, we're just kind of getting into a really low, soft verse 3. And we'll stand face to face. Maybe just do some down strums. Come and lay it all down. 'Cause it might be today. Still keeping it soft, the time is right now. There's no need to wait. Your past will be washed by the rivers of grace. Picking it up now. Come, Jesus, come. So that goes back into chorus 2. And then that'll be the end of the song. So just a couple of options there, strumming wise. Let me show you just finger picking wise. Something you can really do that's simple on verse 1 if you wanted to just have a really down verse 1 and soft chorus 1. You could just do something like this. Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray. Come, Jesus, come. Sometimes I feel that I'm gonna break. On to a hope that won't fade. So I'm in this picking position here, finger picking position. I've done a bunch of lessons on finger picking, so I'm not going to go into the full breakdown, but I've got this thumb assigned to the top 3 strings here, and then I've got my pointer finger on that G string, the 3rd string, the middle finger on the B string, and then I've got my ring finger and my pinky finger down here kind of stabilizing this position on my high E string. So the pattern would just be thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, pointer. So we were doing the verse. Sometimes I I'm gonna break. Hope that won't fade. And then you do the same pattern for the chorus. So something that you can do if you wanted to finger pick. And then lastly, I'm gonna get into just some different chord voicings. I'm gonna show you a way you can play it with some different chord voicings. I've done a lesson on this before, and I'll link the video that I do up top. So I'm not gonna break down every single finger position on the strings here, because that would take too long. But instead of playing this G, we're gonna play that G. Instead of playing this C, we're gonna play that C. Instead of playing this D, we're gonna play this D here. Instead of playing this E minor, we're gonna play that E minor there. So just to give you a little feel for how it could sound using some of these different chord voicings, that first verse and chorus would sound like this. Sometimes I fall to my knees and pray, come Jesus come, let today be the day. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna break, but I'm holding on to a hold that won't fade. Come Jesus come, we've been waiting so long for the day you'll return, heal every hurt, right every wrong. We need you right now. Come and turn this around. So you're just adding in, like focusing on some of those bassier notes, like up here, that C, that G, that cold D chord right there. So just giving you some options for this song, play around. There's a bunch of different ways you can play this that are fun and they sound good. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, let me know. If not, I'll see y'all in the next one.